In The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel does a great job of revealing the thought processes that usually happen before financial investing. The book also highlights the most important factors that contribute to your financial success, like risk-taking, making reasonable and prudent decisions, uncertainty, positive realism, leaving room for error, financial independence, and most importantly, personal happiness. That is what you're after, right? Let's have a look at the key takeaways from The Psychology of Money. 1. Financial success and wellness are more about how you behave than what you know. 2. It is more than simply knowing how to do something. Housel emphasizes that you must be able to challenge and fight your emotions to make the best financial decisions. 3. Even smart people make poor financial decisions. 4. Risk and luck play a role in nearly all outcomes. Individual effort and attempts can only get you so far. 5. You should be careful about considering specific examples of outcomes and rather look more for general patterns. 6. The most difficult financial skill to master is getting the goalpost to stop moving. How can you do that? Stop comparing yourself to others, such as your friends and peers, and start determining what is enough for you. 7. Believe it or not, staying wealthy and prosperous requires some combination of frugality and paranoia. 8. Always be prepared for something to go wrong and for a large, unexpected expense. The book shares fascinating insights and stories about how people think about and interact with money. For example, he discusses how people tend to focus on the short-term gains of an investment rather than the long-term implications. Are you one of them? The author also discusses the concept of time horizons and how they affect our financial decision-making. Housel looks at how past experiences, being coldly rational, and moving the goalposts can harm long-term financial gains. So you may be wondering what the alternative is. The alternative has reasonable and clear financial goals that don't rely too much on historical financial performance. Our current relationships with money and investment ideas are based on our experiences. Housel explains how individuals who lived through the Great Recession are afraid of reinvesting in stocks or bonds. Many of us will not have lived through this recession. As a result, Housel recommends that you don't judge others for their financial choices, as nobody is crazy. The book emphasizes the subjectivity with which humans approach the topic of money, and there is nothing wrong with it. Every individual has a unique worldview, indicating that individuals also respond to financial information differently. You may base your financial decisions on what seems logical and reasonable to you at a given time. Your personal experiences with money account for maybe a tiny fraction of what has happened in the world, but might be 80% of how you think or believe the world works. So what should you do? The Psychology of Money recommends learning to make prudent investment decisions based on your goals, risk appetite, and investment options rather than your experiences. Another interesting and important topic that Morgan Housel explores is the role of luck in our financial success and wellness. He argues that many successful people usually underestimate the role that luck plays in their financial achievements. This can lead to overconfidence, complacency, and risky decision-making. Luck and risk are so similar that you cannot believe in one without acknowledging the other. There is nothing wrong with second-guessing the one you praise and admire. In Chapter 5, Housel draws a parallel between the behavior that helps you amass wealth and the behavior that helps you preserve your acquired wealth. The author highlights that getting wealthy is inevitably associated with taking risks and being bold. On the other hand, staying wealthy is associated with shying away from risks, such as not pursuing risky investment strategies and being more careful and modest. The book also explains that being mostly reasonable is better than being coldly rational. He highlights that rational investors make decisions and choices based on numerical facts. In contrast, a reasonable investor makes decisions in a conference room surrounded by peers you would like to think highly of you and with a fiancé or spouse you do not want to let down. Is that confusing? It simply means that investing has a social element that is usually ignored or overlooked when viewed through a purely financial lens. Sound investing isn't necessarily about making great decisions. Rather, it is about consistently not screwing up. Money success is all about survival. Acquiring money requires taking risks and being optimistic. However, keeping money requires humility. Maintaining your wealth also requires frugality and accepting that at least some of what you've earned is because of your luck. This means that past success cannot be relied on to repeat for an indefinite term. If you can implement these strategies and approaches, you will likely be financially successful, especially in the long run. The Psychology of Money is a thought-provoking and easy-to-read book written in a conversational style. There's no practical investing advice or suggestions in the book. Morgan Housel doesn't tell you to purchase gold or commodities or invest in cryptocurrency. Rather, he outlines a series of principles you can use to guide yourself towards your financial goals, whatever those goals may be. Investment strategies, saving, risk appetite, decision-making, all these ideas are important parts of personal finance. Still, few have explored the psychological side, which is what the Psychology of Money is about. This insightful and engaging read will challenge you to think about money differently. It's not just about the numbers, it's about understanding and exploring how your attitude and behaviors affect your financial outcomes. If you want to improve your relationship with money and get a deeper understanding of the psychology behind financial decision-making, The Psychology of Money is definitely a book you should check out. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.